Our experience of Beijing 2022 has been incredible from start to finish. I think it's been made all the more sweeter by the fact that we didn't really know if we were going to be able to make it, if we were going to be able to pull this off in such a short period of time. So, just that makes every second that we've been here feel that much better, knowing that it's been so hard and we've had to fight against all odds to get here. But in terms of the competition and stuff, yeah, it's been really productive, really fun, and bodes well for the future. We've shown that we can compete with the best in the world, and that we can represent Trinidad and Tobago in a sport which we shouldn't have any business being in, but we're here, we're respected, and we competed well. There's been several obstacles, and almost too many to mention, to be honest. The fact that this whole endeavour was condensed so much by COVID. This was supposed to happen almost a full year earlier, but wasn't able to because embassies were closed and everything, so it simply wasn't possible. So we've had 6 months from the formation of the team to now to make it to an Olympic Games. That in itself is incredible. Andre, the brakeman that ran the first 2 runs down the hill, he'd never stepped foot in a bobsleigh until the Olympic Games, and then was still able to push through a tendon injury to get us into a good position going into the third run. You got Shaquille, who's only just turned 20, and as far as we're aware is the youngest sliding sport athlete in the entire Beijing 2022 Olympics. There's been so many hurdles that we've had to overcome, and yet each one has made us better, and each one we've overcome, and we finished on a high. I think there's two maybe 3 moments that stand out as my most memorable for this. The first, chronologically, being the moment before walking out into the opening ceremony, looking left, looking right, looking into the eyes of my teammates just before they call our names, and we walk out in front of thousands of people in the stadium and millions watching at home. But it was so much more than that. It was the manifestation of our Olympic dream. It said, look, you've made it. You're walking out under those rings, waving the Trinidad and Tobago flag. That was a pretty special moment. Similarly, crossing the finish line on the first day, having gained a place and overtaken Team USA, that was pretty special too. We celebrated a lot for 27th place, but I think it's because of how much it meant just getting there. As these games are now over for us, we were certainly looking towards Milan 2026, and we're excited for what the future holds. I think this has been a proof of concept. It's shown that we can make it to the games and we can compete. As we move forward, obviously we're going to look to move up those world rankings, and I think it's definitely possible that Trinidad and Tobago is a top 10 in the 2026 Winter Olympics, which would be really remarkable. To make that happen, realistically, we need to build a bigger team of athletes, build a reliable baseline, because this sport, when we're dealing with hundreds and even thousandths of a second, team dynamic and team camaraderie is just as important as athletic ability. We know we have a huge amount of athletic ability on our islands, and so we need to identify the right athletes and hopefully move forward with a full 4-year plan, so that when we hit the ice in Italy, we know each other inside out. We're as good as we can be athletically, but we're also working together as a good team. We've certainly kick-started it by showing that we exist and that we're represented and that we're respected, and I know that the public has really got behind our efforts here, and that's awesome. So hopefully people will see this and be inspired, and ultimately we've got 4 years to breed athletic talent. We know that we have the genetics as a country to be good bobsledders. So if we can take the people that are really good at your track and field but might not have the weight, or those kinds of things, and really train up several world-class bobsledders, there's no reason we can't be amongst the best in the world. Certainly at the start, we definitely have the athletic baseline to do that. So realistically, we just need to kind of keep people interested, keep people talking, and hopefully us competing in the World Cup the next few years and moving up those world rankings will do exactly that. And ultimately our goal is to inspire the people that will come after us and come after me, and hopefully the next pilots, the men's and the women's team, and the boys and girls watching will see themselves on this ice and maybe be inspired by that and grow up thinking, okay, yes, we've got track and field and we've got football and we've got all of these other sports, but now bobsleigh's in that mix, and you never know, the next athlete may have watched us compete yesterday and they'll be the one that carries the flag in a few years' time. To the fans and everyone that's lent their support, it means the world. Obviously, being a British guy coming in at short notice and competing for Trinidad and Tobago, yes, I'm dual citizen and through my mum, but I wasn't sure just on how I look and how I sound, how I'd be received, and to be welcomed with open arms has meant so much, and it continues to mean so much. I know that the rest of the team are incredibly excited about how much of a stir we've caused, and everything's been resoundingly positive. We were fully braced for there to be people that had skepticism or people that had a mean word to say, and genuinely there's been nothing, which is almost unheard of. And so yeah, it's been resoundingly positive, and it means the world.